Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I beg you. My friends, the wonderful Rhino-Matic will change your life forever, just like it changed mine. You see, ladies and gentlemen, once upon a time, I was just a poor, unfortunate soul. I was unhappy. I was uncreative. I was unappreciated. My friends, in a word, I was a dork. And that is when I, Ridley Ronald Popeil Right Stuff, invented the fabulous Rhino-Matic line of products, and now I can write a great story. I can write any story, any kind of writing, any old time I want to. And best of all, it's fun. Woo! Now I know what you want to say to me right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to say, prove it, Ridley.
Prove it, Ridley.
That is just what I'm going to do, my friends. A non-fictional, personal narrative story is your ticket to telling the world all about you. And we are going to show you how fun and easy it is to write your own personal narrative story with my invention, the Blog-O-Matic. But first, we are going to need 2 volunteers.
All right, let's see out here. 2 volunteers today. Let's see here. Let's see here. How about you right here? Bob your head. Just come on up. Do we need one more? One more. Okay, one more. How about you right here? Just come on up.
One of you. Face the front for me. Sweet. What's your name? Javon. And what's your name? Mary. Face the front. You're ready to be silly. You're ready to be loud. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Meredith and Javon. Give them a hand. All right. To be a part of the Rhino-Matic show, you gotta be loud and you gotta be weird. So, I'm gonna tap you both on the shoulder. When I tap you on the shoulder, in your biggest, loudest, weirdest voice, say, think it up and write it down. You go first.
Think it up and write it down.
Great job, now you.
Think it first and write it down.
Well done, give them a round of applause. All right, follow Doc backstage. He's gonna get you all set up for this next story. We are gonna talk about non-fictional personal narrative stories, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, a non-fictional personal narrative story makes telling the world all about you easy schmeezy. So try to think about a time in your life that you had a problem. Think about where you were when this problem occurred. Think about how you solved this problem. And think about the people who were with you when it happened. Hopefully 2, maybe 3 other people. That way we can perform your story with the awesome volunteers we just found. If you have a story like that you want to share with everyone today, raise your hands. Who's got an idea for a true story? Something that actually happened to you that you'd like to share with our audience today? How about right here? You have a true story for us, yes?
Yes.
Awesome, and it's about a problem that you had?
Yes.
And you solved this problem?
Yes.
What is your name?
My name is Frank.
Frank, come on down! Everybody give Frank a round of applause. Frank, my friend, you can take a seat right over there in our world-famous awesome author's chair. Have a seat right there, Frank. Ladies and gentlemen, the first part of Frank's story that we want to find out about today will be the people and animals in his story. Those are called the characters. But in a personal narrative, we call the characters, say it with us, my friends and I, Frank. You are going to be the star of your very own personal narrative story. Could you spell your name for us, please?
F-R-A-N-K.
That is correct. Ladies and gentlemen, we begin with Frank. Frank, who was with you when this story took place?
My cousin Vanessa.
He was joined by his cousin, Vanessa. V-A-N-E-S-S-A?
A-S-S-A.
A-S-S-A. Now, we have Frank, we have Vanessa. Who else was with you in this story?
My Aunt Julie.
And Aunt Julie. Is that it? Anyone else? Nobody else. We've got Frank. We've got Vanessa. We've got Aunt we're ready to talk about where Frank was when this story begins. Ladies and gentlemen, that would be the setting. And in a personal narrative, we call the setting, say it with us, Places I Go. Frank, where were you when this story begins?
Toys R Us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank and his family were at Toys R Us, where a kid can be a kid, yes. Is it Chuck E. Cheese? Well, you can be a kid at Toys R Us too, I think. Maybe. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Frank, we have Vanessa, we have Aunt Julie, and we have them all at Toys R Us. We're ready to talk about what Frank and his family were doing at Toys R Us, other than being a kid, of course. We've got to give them their activity. In a personal narrative, we call the activity, say it with us when we point to the sign, Things I Do. Frank, you're at Toys R Us with your Aunt Julie and your cousin Vanessa. What were you doing?
So I was getting babysitted, and me and Vanessa got an A+ on the test, so we got to go to Toys R Us and buy whatever toy we wanted.
So you were like picking out a toy? Awesome, ladies and gentlemen, Frank and Vanessa were picking out toys. They were shopping at Toys R Us. By the way, congratulations on that A+, my friend. We have the story of Frank, Vanessa, and Aunt Julie at Toys R Us shopping for toys. But my friends, this is the part of the story where things get interesting. Things get a little bit wild. Things might even get a little bit dangerous. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up on the problem in Frank's story. And when we have a problem in a personal narrative, what do we say? We say, no. Frank, you're shopping for toys at Toys R Us. What went wrong?
And so one of the toys I wanted to get was $54.99. So, and then one of the toys Vanessa wanted to get was $67.99. But my Aunt Julie thought she could afford it since she had it. She thought $140 was enough, but she wasn't. She was off by, I think, $11.
So the problem was the toys were too much money?
Yes.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like these toys were quite expensive, and Frank and his family weren't quite able to pick them up at that time. A terrible, terrible problem indeed, everybody. But I got great news. We're coming up on the most heroic part of the story. Ladies and gentlemen, the part of a personal narrative where we solve our problems. And when we solve a problem, what do we say? We say, fixed it. So Frank, how did you and cousin Vanessa and Aunt Julie solve this problem? How'd you fix it?
So the person behind us in the line gave us $20 extra.
Come on, Frank.
Wow.
40 bucks?
Oh, you asked for it, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, was it like they gave you the money or they gave you a discount? Like a discount? Kind of. So they got a discount on the toys and were able to take them home that day. What an excellent solution, Frank. Well done. Way to go, Aunt Julie. And thanks a lot, Toys R Us. Nicely done. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the story of Frank and cousin Vanessa and Aunt Julie at Toys R Us shopping for toys and getting an awesome discount from the person behind the register. An excellent story. We got to give it an excellent title. Ladies and gentlemen, when you give a name to your story, that title just might be, say it with us, The Story of Me. Of course, in this case, it's the story of Frank. Frank, are you ready to see your story come to life in front of this live studio audience?
Yes.
Audience, are you ready for Frank's story? Well then, without further ado, the Rhino-Matic Show is very proud to present the story of Frank. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a beautiful day at Toys R Us. And there, we find a cool young dude named Frank shopping at the store with his cousin Vanessa
Oh my God.
and Aunt Julie.
Frank, Vanessa, you guys having fun here at Toys R Us, looking at all the toys and stuff, you guys?
Yeah.
All right,
Totally.
now let me see your report cards. Let's see your report cards here. Make sure you guys got. Okay. No, it's their report card. I'm looking at it. Okay, this look verified. You got the teacher's signature. I got a watermark. These are both certified A+. Let's go get you guys some toys. So just go ahead and pick out whatever you want from here.
So they were shopping, and Frank grabbed a toy, and Vanessa grabbed a different toy, and she was apparently very excited.
All right, just get up here, and then I'll go take him over to the counter and do the checkout. Just gonna walk over here, and I think right over here. Yeah.
Yes, welcome to Toys R Us, where a kid can be a person who plays with toys. We're working on the slogan.
All right, thank you, Mr. Salesman Person. We got 2 toys right here. 2 very special students.
Okay, you got this one right here.
Yep.
Let's see, this one is gonna be $59.99.
Okay.
And the second
That
one
one
is
there?
gonna be $64.99.
Okay, all right.
So that brings up your total to... You all right over there, ma'am?
Oh, yeah, just handle the money. It's fine.
All right, let's see. We got $54.99 and $64.99. That's gonna bring your total $67.99. Oh, thank you. That's my manager over there. Apparently, it's $67.99.
Okay.
So 68 plus 55 is gonna take me a minute. Hang on, the calculator's broken. That's what I say. It's gonna be a lot of money, miss.
A lot of money?
Yeah, the math. Look at the math. It adds up right there. Yep.
All right, well, that's what I hear.
Miss.
Yes.
We got a little bit of a problem here, miss.
What's the problem?
Miss, you're about $20 short here. You're $11 short.
Oh, $11.
$11 short.
It's okay. I'm gonna handle this. I got it.
And the adults are talking.
Aunt Julie's on it, right?
Yeah, you're $11 short.
$11 short.
$11.
So,
Give me $11.
Give you 11.
Just give me $11.
So I have $11.
You don't have $11.
No, you have the rest of my money.
Ma'am, if you don't have $11, there is no way you can pay for these toys.
But if I can't pay for these toys, then these beautiful children won't have any toys to play with. And if they don't have any toys to play with, their minds won't be nurtured. And if their minds won't be nurtured, who's gonna lead this country when they're adults?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't know? You don't know? Well, listen here, mister. Yeah.
Mister, I want my toys!
It's all right. Aunt Julie's got this.
Actually, Aunt Julie, she makes a really compelling argument.
I want my toys!
See? She wants her toys.
She wants her
Ma'am,
toys.
just give me one second. Excuse me. Manager?
Yes.
Sir, this lovely family is trying to buy some toys, but they're a little bit short. Can I give them a little bit of a discount?
Yes. You can give them up to $15.
Up to $15? They really only need an $11 discount. You want me to give the full 15?
We'll take the 15, thank you.
Let them take the 15.
Let them take the 15? Yes, sir, you're the boss. Ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you!
Yeah, ma'am, you follow. You get it.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna get the discount.
All right.
Take your toys.
Thank you.
Take them both.
Thank you.
And,
Oh, you're so welcome.
apparently I owe you $4,
Yes,
so
you don't.
here, we go.
Thank you. All right, all right, come on, kids. Let's go home so you guys can play with your toys.
That was an awesome story! Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for our awesome author, Frank! Frank, come on down! Mr. Manager, take a bow and head back to your seat. Thank you, Frank! Well done! Ladies and gentlemen, let's review all the amazing parts of Frank's awesome story. First, we have the people and animals in that story. Those are called the characters, but in a personal narrative story, we call the characters my friends and I. Today, those characters were Frank, Vanessa, and Aunt Julie. Next, we discussed the place where everything in Frank's story happened. That is the setting. What do we call the setting in a personal narrative? Places I go. Today, Frank and his family were at Toys R Us. Then we talked about what Frank and his family were doing in this story at Toys R Us. Ladies and gentlemen, that is their activity. And in a personal narrative, we call the activity, say it with me, Things I Do. Today, Frank, Aunt Julie, and Vanessa were shopping. But then, something went wrong for Frank and his family. They faced a they faced a problem, and that made Frank say, "Oh no!" The problem they faced today was that they didn't have enough money. But the day was saved thanks to a solution. Yes, together, Frank and his family, say it with me, fixed it. Today, the way they solved that problem was by getting a discount on the toys. Last but not least, everybody, we want to give Frank's amazing story an amazing title. When you give a title to your story, that title just might be, say it with me, The Story of Me. Today, this was the story of Frank. Let's give one more awesome round of applause for our awesome author. Thank you, Frank!
And keep that applause going for these excellent volunteers.
Thank you much. Take a bow. And head back to your seats. Way to go! Nicely done. And so, my friends, thanks to the wonderful Write-O-Matic, you too could write your very own non-fictional personal narrative story.